Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today I'm doing a book review. Finally, I'm doing it on Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken, which I just finished in the very first few days of November. You guys, this book was so great. Okay, if you don't know, it's the second book in the Darkest Minds trilogy. This is what the first book looks like. This is what the second book looks like. Obviously, if you have not read The Darkest Minds, don't even watch the rest of this synopsis, because my synopsis obviously is going to be if you read The Darkest Minds. It's where this one takes off. This takes place about 6 months after Ruby joined the Children's League. We're dealing with new characters that are part of the Children's League as well, with her team members, and we're also dealing with Liam's older brother Cole, who we also heard about in the first book, but we never actually meet until this book. Basically, the premise of this book is there's some super important information that the Children's League needs, and Ruby finds out that it lies within the hands of Liam. I rated this book a 5 out of 5 because this was such a great second follow-up. You know how sometimes the second book is not as good as the first book because it's kind of bridging between the beginning and the last. This is not the case. This is like so fresh, just a fresh new story. Of course, Alexandra Bracken's writing style is amazing, and I love being in Ruby's head and learning things about her. So, 5 out of 5. I will say the transitions between chapters didn't exactly work for me. There were times where it would just leave off on a cliffhanger, and then the next chapter would take place like a couple hours later or in the past, and I'm like, what? I wasn't a fan of the transitions between chapters, but that was just my personal thing. It got better as the story got on, but definitely like the first 100 pages, I kept stumbling over it. I was like not expecting the transitions to be so rough. Once again, this story is set up as a journey story, which are stories that I absolutely adore. I love like dystopian road trip journey stories, and that is definitely what this book is. It's also what The Darkest Minds was. So if you enjoy that, obviously you'll enjoy the second one as well. I'm going to leave you there and come right back after you read the book, if you haven't already, because I feel like I'm super late putting this up. Everybody else has put it up. But we'll get started on the book discuss. So see you guys soon. So first we should probably talk about the new characters, Jude and Vida. That's how I was pronouncing it in my head, but I'm pretty sure it's probably Vida. Anyway, Vida. I don't know why I liked her so much until it just like dawned on me that me and Vida, this is how we talk. I talk exactly like her. I mean, obviously can't move things with my mind, but we speak the same. Just throwing a few more F-bombs on her part, and me and her, we're the same person. We're the same person. Jude, I knew he was going to have to go through some serious character development to overcome his jitters. I knew he was going to be a problem for Ruby, which he kind of was, but it also gave Ruby a companion while she was looking for Liam. And Chubbs, I loved Chubbs' character development. Definitely thought he completely changed and became so badass from the kid we knew him as in The Darkest Minds. Liam, I loved his personality change. I liked how he was a little bit more we really got to see how much he hated the Children's League, which I also really liked, because, you know, in The Darkest Minds we know he hated the Children's League, but he really hates the Children's League. And I really liked how he didn't even want anything to do with the Children's League or Ruby at all because of his distaste for the Children's League. Now, I also realized this after I finished the book, that I don't think Liam used his powers at all in this book, which I was really surprised at. Because sometimes I was thinking, I'm like, why aren't these kids using these powers when they have them? But now I get it. They don't, for some of them, they don't really need it. And I didn't think Chubbs or Liam used their blue powers at all. Or am I wrong? Anyway, that was just an observation I had. Clancy. I'm in the severe minority when I say how much I love Clancy. He is my favorite villain. I mean, aside from Warner from the Shatter Me series, who I feel is just more of an anti-hero, Clancy is straight up a villain, and I love him. And they were Alexandra Bracken teased me too many times in this book. My feelings couldn't handle it when they said they were going to get taken to the Slip Kid in were they in one of the Carolinas? Anyway, or maybe they're right outside of Nashville. They're right outside of Nashville, and they said they're going to go see the Slip Kid. I'm like, oh, Clancy already. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It was a blue tribe. So I'm like, okay, fine. The next time I got my hopes up that Clancy was going to make an appearance was when Ruby was captured, and they called in and said, we have someone. It was right after the run that they went to get the supplies, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Clancy. Clancy's going to grab her, and then it ended up being Rob. My feelings were crushed again. Then I thought, you know what, I'm not getting my hopes up anymore for Clancy. So when Clancy appeared in the Dairy Queen, I was so genuinely surprised and so excited because I told myself I wasn't going to see Clancy's going to appear again. And he did. And I loved it. He also survived because I was really scared that he was going to die when the Children's League was getting bombed. And he survived. Yes. I feel so lame. I love Clancy as much as I love Liam, to be honest. Even his, little, jokes. When he asked Ruby if he was a good boy, if he would get a kiss as well. Classic Clancy. My feelings did change for Kate. I didn't really like her in Darkest Minds, but now I can I see this, camaraderie between, her, Ruby's team and her, and I really enjoyed that, especially since we don't have anything for Ruby's parents anymore, so we only really have Kate as the only parental figure in her life, and I think she has such good intentions. It's just that she went about them, I think, in the wrong way. So I like Kate now. She gets my seal of approval. Here's a thought. Did anybody else, maybe this is just me, but when I was picturing Rob in my head, I was picturing Merle from The Walking Dead. Just wanted to put that out there. Speaking of, Merle's death scene was my favorite scene in the book. It was so dark and gritty, and I'm so glad Ruby just went there with that. She went into his mind and she destroyed him. Props for Ruby. That was some kick-ass heroism right there. Even if she did kill him, but he was a bad guy. So, and we're in a dystopian world, and I feel like the rules of murder are slightly different. So we're just gonna let that one go. So I also really liked the gas station scene between Ruby and Liam. That was very delicious, since he didn't know her for so long, or they were basically starting at square one like they were in The Darkest Minds, except he doesn't like her because she's part of the Children's League. And when he says, do you have any idea how it feels to be completely in love with someone that you don't know who they are? I should find the line, because it was an incredible line. If anybody else, raise your hand or like this video, because I loved it. That scene was so long. I love you every second of every day, and I don't understand why or how to make it stop. I feel like I'm losing my damn mind. Like your face has been carved into my heart, and I don't remember when, and I don't understand why, but the scar is there, and I can't get it to heal. It won't go. I can't make it fade, and you won't even look at me. That whole scene was just so beautifully written. My heart broke for Liam, and I just felt so bad for him, because I thought Alexandra Bracken wrote the memory loss of not knowing but still feeling. I thought that was great. How he couldn't remember her, but she can't take away the emotions. She can take away the memories. So great writing. I loved how that came together. I love being surprised in books, and when I was surprised was when Cole, he's a red. I was very genuinely surprised by that part, but there was a part of me that was like, oh, Cole just missed the turnoff to be, one of the gifted. That just sucks. So I'm like, but damn, that's so close. He could have almost been and then boom, he's a red. I love that scene, and I also love that they're keeping it from Liam. Obviously that's going to be a big thing for the next book. Seems like I touched on all the things that I wanted to from what I wrote down, because yes, I've written things down now. Let's discuss this book. I've been so excited to like fangirl with people for this book. So, what did you guys think of the book? Did you like it overall? Were there things you didn't like? I want to know. So I will see you guys later and have a great day. Bye!